What's up, big guys? Namakan here, bringing you my perspective as to what entertainment is bringing us. And today, we'll be talking about Monarch: Legacy of the Monsters, released exclusively for Apple TV Plus on November 17th, 2023. This show was a critical and commercial success, one of the most successful shows for Apple TV Plus. This show has consistently ranked in the top 10 ever since it came out. This show has been praised for its acting performances, visual effects, and cinematography, although it has been criticized for its writing. As of the making of this video, this show has 2 seasons. We do not know if it'll get a 3rd season. Monarch now has 20 episodes. The show stars Anna Sawai, Kiersey Clements, Ren Watabe, Mari Yamamoto, Anders Holm, Joe Tippett, and Wyatt and Kurt Russell, who play the same character. This show is part of the MonsterVerse franchise. This universe doesn't have a lot of movies. It all started with the 2014 Godzilla movie, but there is so much world building that hasn't been tackled that the movies couldn't do, that the show had to pick up the pieces to fill the holes. This show all stems from Bill Randa. Randa is a character from Khan's Skull Island, who unfortunately died from a skull club. We find out in the show that Randa had a legacy, a familial legacy to be specific. The main characters are Randa's grandkids, Kate and Kentaro Randa. Kate is a teacher from San Francisco who decides to visit Japan to search for her father, only to then realize that her father had another family when she entered their apartment. She meets her half-brother Kentaro, who was also shocked that his father had another family in America. Kentaro lived in Japan. This show is set 1 year after the 2014 Godzilla movie, and it shows how much the world was greatly affected by not only Godzilla, but other kaiju sightings too. The show is mainly about Kate and Kentaro searching for their father and wanting to ask him questions as to why he was cheating on his family and why he betrayed both of his family. And over time of the show, we then discover how much he was involved with a military corporation called Monarch. That is one half of the show. The other half of the story is in the 1950s. This was pre-Skull Island. We met Keiko Miura, Colonel Lee Shaw, and a young Bill Randa. This part of the story is the origin of Monarch, where it began as 2 scientists and an army officer who vouched for the program to be a serious defense force, and they got their wish. Because of this, Monarch has become a serious force and has cited a lot of monsters since their inception. They even managed to see Godzilla, which was a sight to behold. I think this show was good, like really good. A lot of people criticize the MonsterVerse for lacking character development, but Monarch actually has that. Since it is a TV show, you kind of have to have good writing along with the good plot, and I would say Monarch delivers on that front. The best storyline for me is definitely the past side of the Monarch show, where we see young Lee Shaw, Dr. Miura, and Randa. I just feel like the set pieces were a lot more interesting, along with the fact that the trio specifically felt pretty fleshed out and felt like real people. I will have to say the best character in the show is easily Lee Shaw. Probably because he was played by 2 actors, which are father and son, Kurt and Wyatt Russell. What I do like about the show is that most of these characters do not exactly have a moral high ground. Like, deep down, they made some really bad decisions. Some of them catastrophic mistakes that are irreparable. It just shows that they are human. They're not innocent on what they do and have their own reasons as to why they want to do what they do. Most of us went to watch the show for the kaiju, and boy oh boy did they deliver on that front. The visuals are outstanding. The monsters look just as good as they did in the movies they were in. I am going to assume that most of the budget went towards the kaiju along with the location, along with the fact that the cinematography is absolutely incredible. There isn't a lot of action sequences, but when we see 2 monsters fight each other, Oof, it goes so hard. Some of the best action sequences in the MonsterVerse. The last episode where Godzilla fought against the Ion Dragon in the what is I forgot what it's called. I think it was called the Outer Worlds or Monster Island, something like that. It was absolutely amazing to see on TV. Overall, this was a pretty enjoyable show that brings some stuff together for the now established universe that is the MonsterVerse. If you want a MonsterVerse that has the best character development, Monarch is easily the best one, by far, not even close. And if you are wondering how Monarch came to be and how Apex came to be because in Con Skull Island, like the emergence of Apex came out of nowhere, but in Monarch they actually do explain as to how they emerged. So with that out of the way, I really like the show. If you want to watch the show, you gotta have an Apple TV Plus account. I do not know if the show has a DVD release or has a Blu-ray or DVD release. I think it does. I could be wrong on that front, but if there is, let me know. You could buy a Blu-ray or DVD pack because we need to revive the physical media landscape, because as of the making of this video, Sony is trying to kill that off with the way they're doing with the PlayStation 6 and the PlayStation 5. Excuse me. And with that out of the way, for those of you that have watched the show, did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and if you want to, you can also follow me on Instagram. Backlog and another box down in the description down below. This is Nomicon. I'll see you all next time.